A candid discussion today in Lordstown about how closing the GM plant is affecting people's lives and what can be done to save the plant.
The discussion was moderated by Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown. He asked the questions and then listened to the responses. More details tonight on the back and forth with the senator. The roundtable discussion with 15 members of United Auto Workers Local 1112 began with how 320 GM Lordstown employees have already transferred to other plants.
Him and his wife and his 2 boys, they're going to Tennessee to find mom an apartment.
Rachel DEZEE told of a mother and father who both work at GM Lordstown. The mother was transferred to Spring Hill, but dad and the boys are staying here.
It's hard. What they're doing is tearing apart families.
Okay, what's going on? Are you leaving? Are you moving? And
Madison AMATO, a sophomore at Poland High, was part of the roundtable, sitting next to her mother, who's been laid off since the second shift was cut last June. They're staying, but close family friends with 2 boys are leaving.
They're both practically my brothers. I grew up around them and having them.
There's pictures of those 2 in the crib together.
It's very hard.
GM executives have said they want to build electric cars, and Senator Brown brought up the idea of making them at the Lordstown plant.
I think General Motors does the right thing and rewards this workforce for the things that we've done over the last 3 to 5 years to make them profitable.
Senator Brown was also critical of GM's decision to build the Chevy Blazer in Mexico. He says CEO Mary Barra told him Lordstown's paint shop was not compatible.
But how expensive could that be? I mean, compared to what? Compared to building a new plant? And that's what I didn't get.
When Senator Brown asked what else politicians could do, Rick Smith said stop suggesting another company take over.
We need to speak positive about what we have now and try and bring a product to this facility from GM, not somebody else.
All people want to do is come to work, do their time, have their families, maybe create a little nest egg, have some sort of retirement, have decent health care. That's all American workers looking for.
A couple of other items about the employees transferring to other plants. When there's a position to be filled, Lordstown employees are given 2 weeks to decide if they want to uproot their lives, their families, and move. That's it. And since the announcement in late November that the plant was closing, 320 Lordstown workers have left. 240 went to Spring Hill, Tennessee, where the Cadillac XT5 and GMC Acadia are built. 50 went to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra pickups are made. And 30 went to Flint, Michigan, to build heavy-duty pickup trucks.